Jason from GameRave.com, and this is Pause Mode. So let's be honest, the PlayStation is one of the most variant-rich systems the gaming world has ever seen. While we appreciate the headaches and the aggravations that variant collecting scene brings with it, other systems do have their own variants to play with. The Sega CD has several subsets we could talk about, like the Working Designs variants, the Digital Picture Softbox Collection, the Pack-In mini cases, and more. Today's subset focus, however, is on the Cardboard Box series. In the same way that the PlayStation had its long box cases, the Sega CD had its cardboard cases. These were literally cardboard boxes that would house the game disc in a generic black case with the oversized manual. This setup isn't as weird as you might think, and I'm not even talking about it from a vintage PC game angle either. Back in the late 80s, when CD technology was really taking over all entertainment venues, retail stores had to figure out a way to keep them secure. The outer retail packaging was essentially a theft deterrent, with companies hoping that the awkward big packaging would be too much for a would-be thief to swipe. While proving a nifty visual experience, regretfully it just meant there was a lot of wasted packaging that would end up in landfills. Eventually, these gave way to new plastic skeleton cases that acted as a lockbox of sorts, with various styles and getting smaller and smaller as time went on. Music CDs eventually completely gave up the long boxes for strictly jewel cases. The gaming industry would drag behind as the outer box packaging would be used for the TurboGrafx CD, the Jaguar CD, CDI, 3DO, and Sega CD. Mind you, after all of that we end up with plastic long boxes. So it was sort of an empty victory, or at least a fragile, cracks if you look at it wrong, victory. With the Sega CD subset, there are 22 total games to worry about. As luck would have it, some of the best games on the system fall into this small subset. Final Fight CD with its amazing two-player action and rework soundtrack, the So Bad's Good and GameRave favorite Sewer Shark, and of course the infamous original version of Night Trap. So since we're talking about a subset, we get to talk financials. Sega CD cardboard collecting can get fairly annoying, thanks mostly to the fragility of the boxes. Collectors and diehard Sega CD folks are looking for those packages without creases, bends, fades, torn edges, and more. It really didn't help that there were also the few who decided that they needed to have a uniform library and did this. Yes, you're looking at a cardboard box chopped up to fit inside a standard plastic long box. Now, to be clear, the only Sega CD game that actually had a cardboard case and a plastic hard shell is Rise of the Dragon. That travesty aside, from a money standpoint, you're actually not too bad off. The buyer's market is running from $10 to $60 a game, with the average being about $25. This is pretty impressive when compared to other subsets. As mentioned in the Laserdisc episode, Time Gale is the only real pain in the ass in this group. Nicer edition boxes can fetch an extra $10 to $20, and with shrink wrap on it, it's anyone's game. The real question, though, is it worth owning? If we're talking strictly in full set terms, only if you love full motion video and the cheesiest 90s cheese. 3 of the games are the useless make-my-own-music video fodder, Willy Beamish can have atrocious load times, and a few are misguided remasters like Batman Returns. So there you have it. A small, easily affordable subset full of questionable games and legendary titles. It may no longer be the next level, but after all this time, it's at least on the level. Alright guys, that does it for this week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week on GameRave TV. Have a great one. Take care.